Live. My dear brothers and sisters, and these people, beautiful people who are watching this today's interview, it's going to be something very, very classy. For all those people who have thought of, a different land, I'm going to talk about something of this land. This land is known for some different things, but today, this is an area or a land which has been into reforming the entire world. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody today. This gentleman can be connected to an Alexander the Great. He came, he saw, he conquered, and he fixed it up. So I would like to introduce my buddy and my friend, Mr. Miki. Miki is all the way from Israel. And Miki, thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And I'm so glad that we could make it for this interview today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for this heartwarming introduction, and good to be here.
Right. So, Miki, I know your story. You came in 2001, and then what happened? You came to India.
So I came to India in 2001. Usually people are surprised that my first place in India was Visakhapatnam, in an SEZ. Okay, and that's my story in India. It starts, and people keep on asking me what Indian languages you know. So I tell them, listen, I came to Visakhapatnam. They told me you have to study Telugu. I started studying Telugu because, okay, you need to know some language. And then after 2 years, life took me forward and I moved to Mumbai. And then they said, no, Telugu is no. We are in Mumbai. You need to know either Marathi or either, Hindi. I said, guys, you're telling me this in English. Let's stick to English, and that's enough for me. So that's my history with Indian languages. It didn't happen. Okay, I can, maybe manage here and there. But right now, for the past 7 years, also our factory is in Gujarat. So it's out. Now I need to study also Gujarati. It's all out of the question. I'm in English and that's it. So
good. So I hope you learned the language of Kemcho.
That much I know. Yeah.
Okay, good. Amazing. All right. So this is getting interesting. So Mike, you came all the way from Israel, and you mentioned that you had been handling more than 50 companies, and all the learnings and all the experiences you have channeled into this new company of yours. Is that right?
So it wasn't intended like this. Okay, so when I came in a completely different field. I came in diamonds and jewelry industry, which is also one of the strong areas that Israel does. But after being in India for 4 or 5 years, a lot of Israeli friends and companies started saying, wait, Miki is sitting in India. Let's see if he can do something with our technology. And so after a few years in India, I started getting calls from friends to introduce companies in all the fields that Israel is strong about. So it's water technologies, agriculture, security, solar. Yeah. So, I mean, I think everything except for pharmaceuticals, I had something to do with.
I think there's a great thing about the country from where you belong, because I know at one point of the time, Israel was too much under a lot of pressure and all this war and fight and all these things. The way the things have changed, the way the people of Israel has become superpowers now with the power of IT without any harbors. I think this is really commendable, because now you guys are really, you can actually shut down people with the press of a button. That kind of amazing power and the kind of the learning and the teaching and the upbringing is phenomenal. So tell me one thing, with such kind of a background, what are you doing in India?
First of all, I don't think that you are choosing. Okay. If we are going to the philosophical thing now, I don't think that you are really choosing, but you are being chosen. Okay.
Yeah.
It's another thing. Okay. So I'm chosen by India to be in India, not I choose India to be in India. So it's a different way of looking at it. And the question is where the most change is happening now, and the most development is happening now. And the place which you can influence maximum everywhere in the world is India right now. So India is the biggest growing, fastest growing, soon to be the biggest country in the world. This is
Awesome.
where things happening. This is where you can make the change. There's nowhere else you can make so much change like India.
Yeah. I'm sure with an experience of more than 50 plus companies, I'm sure you are a very, very analytical guy. And if you have given so many years, or let's say decades, into this nation, I'm sure you have found out the actual diamond inside it. Let's change this, this interview to something which is more connected to your present organization. Can you tell me about the name of the organization and what exactly do you do and how it is changing the face of this modern economy and the different kind of ecosystems that we have?
Yeah, so the company, actually, it's a company name is very interesting. Okay, the company is an Israeli company which started in 1947. Okay, and it started in 1947 as plastics company, which belongs to a kibbutz. Okay, not all of our friends over here know what is a kibbutz. So kibbutz is a community where everybody share everything. Okay, there is no personal ownership. All the people, all the income, all the expenses, everything is shared. Okay, and as such, in 1947, the kibbutz members, which today consists of 95 families, started Huliot company, and they are the shareholders of this company. Now, the meaning of Huliot, okay, it means links. Okay, links like you have in a chain. Okay, and that is it means that we connect things. Okay, connect things on the physical level, not on the metaphysical level. Okay, so that's mainly the name. And throughout the years, we were looking as a company how to make connections to make things better. Okay, what is the link? What is the link that makes things better? So this is basically the name of the company.
Okay, and what do you do?
So the company which we started in India in 2014 is into polypropylene pipes and fittings. Okay, we supply material to any real estate for anything that comes into the building, through the building and outside until it goes outside the building in the water area. Okay, so it goes from piping for water supply, inside the house, the distribution pipes, drainage pipes, and when it comes out, we also have sewage treatment plant, which is treating the water until it connects back to nature or to the municipal level or to wherever it connects later on.
Good. I think you have different consumers and different buyers. And just I want to go straight to the business part of it. That is my perception. Just correct me if I am wrong. I see the people who usually have the powers to buy such kind of products. Probably they go with a different kind of a way and a perception to buy. And the people who are consumers, they might not know about what is exactly going behind the system. What is your take on that?
I completely agree with you. This is one of the challenges, okay, when you are discussing mindset of people, and the definition is to whose mindset should you attend? Okay, I want at the end of the day the consumer. Who is the consumer? Is you, me, our friends, which are buying an apartment, to buy an apartment which is healthy for them and good for them. But they don't decide what material to use in the apartment. Okay, whoever is selling the apartment or the villa or the bungalow, they decide what to use. Okay, so whom should you convince at the end of the day? And that is really one of the challenges which you have. This is about the mindset of people.
Okay. At one point, I was speaking to you earlier, and you mentioned about sustainable concepts. And you talked about the green initiatives that you and your entire organization is doing, which is a revolutionary concept that you mentioned. Would you like to share something about that?
Yeah, so basically it goes, it relates to the material which is being used. Okay, what is common now in India, say about 90% of the market, is the use of PVC. Okay, PVC in the European market, for example, is banned for use in buildings. Okay, it's banned because it's not healthy. Okay, so it's not healthy from different aspects. First of all, the sustainable aspect. So when you manufacture it, it's polluting the air because you're using mixture of chlorine and other materials. I like to remind people that chlorine is the Bhopal disaster. Yeah, this is chlorine. This is what made this disaster. Okay, so you are using this material when you create PVC. Okay, so when you manufacture it, you have a problem. After a few years that it's installed, you have a problem because it starts disintegrating and you are not aware of it. And you cannot recycle it also. So it's definitely not sustainable. It's unrecyclable material. It's polluting when you manufacture it. And it's not good to live with. Okay, so you have all the aspects of sustainability which are not being met in the current technology. While what we offer is use of different material, polypropylene material, which is considered to be green because there is no pollution when you manufacture it, there is no emitting gas when you manufacture it, there is no disintegration after the installation, and it's 100% recyclable. Okay, so it has expected life of 50 years, while at any stage, if you want to recycle it, you just take it, you cut it into small particle, and you reuse it. There's no process involved in recycling. So these are the aspects of sustainability that we are talking about, is before, during, and after.
So I just have a little bit of an idea about this. I see a lot of, right now, the groundwater in most of the urban areas are in a different compromised state. So there are arsenic, there are chlorine, there's so many different kind of, I'll say biohazard. I'm not sure it's the right word or not.
Yes, and, among other things, yeah.
Yeah, and I have seen, usually these guys, they put a big, saline tanks or, anti-saline. So they make the heavy water to a light water and all those things happens. And I've seen this calcium deposits happening there and all these things gets into that fungus sort of a stuff and then clogging and all those things. And it leads to hair fall, skin diseases, and many such kind of things, which
general diseases. Yeah.
True. So would you like to throw some light, because you mentioned something about the green movement that you guys are doing with this new technology?
So I think this is really a major area of concern. It should be looked into, especially in India, because there is a misconception over here by the people that we have so much rain, which means we must have so much water, we don't have anything to worry about. Okay, so I hear people, for example, last month in Mumbai, where I'm at, by the way, right now, in 2 days, we got half the annual rainfall. Okay, so what? What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. We didn't collect it. We are not going to use it. Okay, it's just gone. Yeah, it rained and it's gone. Yeah, very little of it was captured and going to be used. So there is an acute problem which is developing in India, also because of urbanization and other reasons. And I'll give you an example. In Delhi, for example, in 2012, okay, you had to drill for about 300 feet to get fresh water. Today, you need to drill to about 1,000 feet to get fresh water, and it's not fresh anymore. It is like you mentioned, it's a line with all kinds of heavy metals, and there's no water. Okay, so our green movement and also the product that we are offering to the market is, first of all, to increase the awareness of this issue, and increase the awareness of reusing the water or recycling the water that we are using with sewage treatment plants and other solutions. Okay, I mean, I urge you and anybody else who listens to this, stop 1 minute and think when you are, for example, small example, washing the dishes. It's something that we do every day. We don't even think about it. See how much water we are wasting to wash 1 cup. Just try it. Okay, I mean, most of us are not doing dishes by ourselves, but we can look. The amount of water that is being wasted is unbelievable. Okay, and if now we still don't feel it in our homes here in India, I believe that in the very near future, we'll feel it in a very dramatic way.
True. So what are any of the initiatives that you would like to probably showcase that the company and the team has done in the past so many years? Anything in specific you would like to share?
So we believe in a concept of or the main question, or the main life question. Yeah, we are going back to philosophy. Yeah, is how to be happy. Okay, and I'm saying to be happy, it starts at home. Okay, you need to have your home should be good. If your home is good, without you knowing it, yeah, without you knowing it, if your home is good, eventually you will have a better, happier life. Okay, and all our initiative is to convey this to the stakeholders, such as architects, builders, government, and consumers. Okay, create the awareness that the home needs to be a good, happy home. Okay, good, happy home, good, healthy home. Okay, so like I mentioned, if you're using, and you don't know, most people don't know, if you're using bricks, for example, yeah? Let's not talk about our pipes only, talk about bricks. If you are using bricks like we use, some companies in India use, with 60% fly ash, okay, it's carcinogenous. Okay, the right amount which is allowed to be used worldwide is 35%. Okay, but here there's some notes you say, no, we'll put more because we are cleaning the environment by using more fly ash. No, we are putting cancer in the walls of our homes. Okay, and we are not aware of it. So it's not a healthy home anymore. Same goes to the piping. Using PVC. The PVC disintegrates, you don't know, you don't see it, you don't feel it, it's behind the walls. Yeah? You don't know why you're not healthy, or you don't know whether the home is not healthy anymore, and you don't know, you're looking for external reasons. But it's not only external reasons, it's also where we live. This is where everything starts.
Yeah.
So the initiatives that we are doing is trying to create or to elevate the awareness to these issues. Yeah? And to show also that there are other solutions. There are other solutions that will be more healthy.
I got that. So we're coming to almost another side of the topic today. I would like to ask you, in this entire your journey of so many years, what were the biggest challenges that you faced while talking about your products with countries like India and other places where you are doing business right now?
I think it's a journey. Okay, it's not a one-time thing, or it doesn't happen today and it changes tomorrow. It's a journey.
Yeah.
Okay, and the journey, first of all, includes, and again, I'm not talking about pipes only. I'm talking about all the other technologies that I was representing here in India. Yeah, not always L1 is the best. Yeah, it may be the cheapest. But in most of the cases, the cheapest doesn't mean the technology is best or the solution is best.
So you mentioned something very powerful when you talked about the mindset of present consumers and customers. So I would like you to throw some light on that.
Yeah, so listen, in this thing, it's very important, especially where we live, as I mentioned. We as consumers, yeah, I'm talking now from the consumer side, we don't decide. We don't have a say yet. Okay, maybe at one stage when we'll be a big group of people telling the architects or telling the builders or telling them, I want to live in a healthy building, they'll start changing their approach. But right now they have no incentive to do that. Okay, incentive, by the way, can come also from the government to do that. But eventually, whoever is deciding whatever they are deciding needs some incentive, not always financial, but they need to want to do the change. Okay, and want to do the change, it has to be a demand from the bottom, let's say, from us, from the users.
Yeah.
If we demand better, we'll get better. If we don't demand better, obviously we'll not get better.
Yeah, and I think you had been mentioning about this cheap and best concept. According to me, I think this concept is a fancy concept. You can have cheap and bogus. You can have best but expensive. But yes, good in performance as well. I don't think so. Cheap and best. Technically, there is a point.
No, I don't think so. Also, there must be some way in between. Okay, so you need to find the best solutions, which makes sense, techno-commercial sense. Okay,
Right.
you can cut down on cost. It doesn't have to be the most expensive product to be the best. By the way, not always the best, the most expensive product is the best.
Good.
Yeah, it is just the most expensive.
Okay.
Okay, it could be something a little bit more expensive, maybe from L1, which gives you the best solution from other perspective.
Fair. I understand that. I have a kind of a different kind of a question here. So taking your products right now with your green movement initiatives, with the poly stuff that you are talking about, how this can be an USP for an infrastructure developer or an architect or a civil engineer. Okay, what kind of things that you think these guys can create a kind of a symbiotic associations between all these different kind of people. It's a huge clan and community of people coming together. So where do you think that your USP can fit in, and it can help them not only to probably proliferate their company and scale it up to the next level, but also creates a kind of an USP as well?
So it has different aspects. Okay, first of all, if you are using the material, okay, like polypropylene, and I'm not saying use fully polypropylene, I'm just saying compared to the normal PVC, if you are using polypropylene, the chances of leakages or breakages in the pipes is going to zero, you could say. Okay, or nearly zero, because nothing is zero. Okay, which means that you as an architect will not have what we are calling a crying building. Okay, what is a crying building? Is that after 5 or 7 or 8 years, you start seeing leakages from all sides of the building. You don't want that. You want the building to look the same when you designed it after 10 years or 20 years. You don't want it to start leaking and start breaking bathrooms to find where it's leaking from and all that. So this is one aspect. Okay, one USP. The other USP is that healthy home. Yeah, healthy home is happy home. Okay, so you know that you are giving the people which are buying eventually something which is more healthy and sustainable, both while it's done and while you're using it. Okay, so you're helping affect the environment in a positive way, but also you're affecting your own health in a positive way. Your health and your family health, of course. Yeah.
True.
So these are two sides of the same coin.
So what do you mean to say? So let me talk to the audience here. Okay, so audience, I think if you have friends or you yourself are somebody who might be an architect or a civil designer, or might be an engineer, or might be you are a builder, might be whatever the level of builder, might be a small or a medium or a high level kind of a builder, or you are connected to some sort of a civil project or government projects or municipal projects or any kind of undertakings, which might be a semi-government or whatever, or probably associated partner into the real estate development society. I think this is something that you can look into, and I'm sure Miki doesn't mind replying to all your questions. So Miki, are you
Not at all.
game up? Yeah. So if you're watching this, I'll send his LinkedIn ID also somewhere down there. And if you have any questions regarding might be not only about his sustainable green movement, but also about his dream of making world a much more better, beautiful place to be. And so I think that is a way where you can connect with him. Yes, definitely me and my team is always going to be there to bring in some amazing people like Miki, because these guys are now helping the network in a much more better way. I think to summarize all these things about Miki and the entire team is like, these are the people who are, I should call them as the flow experts behind your walls, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And these flow experts are going to take some part of other people's job. For example, the repair guys, the repainting guys, the plumber guys, and there might be other risks which are going to be kind. Indirectly, there are a lot of other extra costs that comes in, probably like scaling up of walls or leakages and the dripping taps. I think this is the new age technologies are there, and as we are evolving to the new age, I think it is very important that we keep a kind of a balance between the nature, original, and the nature of us as human being in a kind of a balance, safe. So that's all from my side today. And I would like to thank Miki for taking out his time and sharing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. And there are areas. So people who are watching this, if you are somebody who has a specific niche, and if you want us to bring in experts in those dimensions, like Miki, and also not only that, that he can give you new different ideas, because when you talk to these people who are experts, for example, Miki comes with a lot of different kind of an experts handling more than 50 plus companies, and now staying in a kind of a different land, but understanding the different geographies, different psychology, behavior, culture of different states. I think that's one of the places where the leadership qualities and the entrepreneurship qualities are highlighted. So I think it is a great, Miki, to have you here. I'm once again thanking you on behalf of the entire team, on behalf of the entire audience. It is definitely a pleasure. And also, please do share any of the links that you want us to share with the community of people. Okay. And I'm sure there are a lot of beautiful questions that you are going to be getting from the audience.
Looking forward. Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right. So with that, I would like to end today's interview out there. And if you are somebody who is watching this, if you felt something good, if you want to write something, you can write to support@amitnath.in, or else you can connect. I'm not going to tell you today to like and share, but I know because there's a lot of value which has gone here. I want you to imbibe in your heart. Unfortunately, there is only one heart button. So instead of just liking, share a heart button, share to those people, share to your friends who are probably in this industry who can talk more about it. Signing out, my name is Dr. Amit. I'll see you in the next video with some amazing new concepts and new people. Bye-bye. Take care.